What's up, guys? It's Charles here with Rocket Punch Army to do another Fewture EX Gokin Transformers review. Today we have Transformers Optimus Prime. This is number 3 of the EX Gokin Transformers line, as you can see right here, EX TF-03. I just finished the Grimlock review, so if you want to see Grimlock, make sure you check that out. That's number 2 of the series, Alpha Trion being number 1. If we move down, you'll see it is a licensed Transformers figure. It's got the little Takara Tomy sticker down here, but this is made by Fewture Toys, which makes a lot of die-cast toys and other stuff. As you can see, it's got the old G1 grid design with the fading red right here, the black on top. And if we turn it around to the sides, you see the front and back of Optimus Prime. And on the back of the box, you'll see the little gimmick here, which is the Matrix showing right here when you open up the chest. And of course Optimus Prime in the frozen piss stand, which I love to refer to as, and his Energon axe, and a nice little pose going on. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and take this slip cover off because, yeah, they just made it fancy that way. So if we pop that off, you'll see the window with Optimus Prime. Alright, and you got the nice little Autobot logo, Transformers Optimus Prime, same thing here, and on the back you get the Fewture EX Gokin logo with the faction logos on either side. So we're going to go ahead and open it up and check it out. Alright guys, once we have this open, you'll see it's in the same tray, all the new bots come in. Alright, and you also get this little booklet here, which is a black and white booklet. Just shows you what parts come with the set. Also the way you can use the matrix and the articulation bits in the stand here. Now, to get the stand out of the way, I don't want to really go into the whole stand thing. If you want, check out the stand. I did a review of it in the Alpha Trion video, but it's the same typical stand that comes with all the releases. And here, you'll see he's got some alternate hands. And you got his blaster here. You got the Energon axe right up top. And a little teeny matrix which just popped out of the spot. Here's a little spot. It just felt like it needed to come out. And obviously, Optimus Prime here, which I'm going to go ahead and pull out. Now, most reviewers, including myself, like to take a little time with the figures before doing a review. You know, take it for a nice stroll on the beach, take it out to dinner. But I'm not going to do that because I want to give you first impressions, because I did that with Grimlock, and the very first thing that happened is his foot popped off and then his arm started popping off. So that's stuff I want you guys to see and not be edited out. So we're going to go ahead and grab Optimus Prime out of here. I can't wait because it looks so cool. Alright. And of course, he is very nice and hefty, especially down here at the bottom. And I'm going to go ahead and get this little tiny matrix. It's so tiny. Be careful not to lose that. Alright, so nothing has fallen off. He feels really nice and cold. I love the feel of the die-cast on this guy. It's really cool. So the die-cast is the front right here. I think this part of the cab, not the doors, just this middle section, and not the back. And you also get the whole, it feels, yeah, pretty much the whole entire lower leg here. Now the Grimlock, they chose to do like a mix of 3 different things. You get some little cues of the masterpiece, you get some cues of the toy, and some cues of the show. With this one, it looks like they just really wanted to do what's, you know, on the screen. And ooh, look at that! What is that? I hope that's not permanent. Oh no, it's not. I was just going to complain about a little fingerprint there that looks like when you do the crazy glue thing and it fumes up. Whoo, I would have been very pissed. Alright, so far everything is good. The one thing I kind of, well, let me get back to what I was saying. I was talking about the Grimlock looking like the show. What they chose with this, it's almost like they chose to make it look like the cartoon. There's really nothing here that screams out masterpiece or, you know, G1. It's just really, you know, what you find on the screen. Even the tanks here are normal. They didn't bother to do any of the wheels, which is kind of weird. As a matter of fact, let me bring Grimlock here in case you didn't see the review, so you can see what I'm talking about. So like this guy, even though they're from the same line, I mean they scale well together, even though they're from the same line, they seem to have done a lot more with the detailing on this, like very masterpiecey right here, but without looking too much like the masterpiece. And you got the folded, what do you call it, tail right here that makes it look like the toy. So it's a little mix of everything, but this seems like it's just straight up directly from the cartoon. Now we all know he's drawn kind of awkward on the show, so this toy does have a little awkward feel to it. I think the biggest thing for me is the head sculpt, which we're going to go ahead and try and zoom in a bit. I think the head, well, not that I think, I know the head is a little strange looking, It's growing on me the more I'm looking at it, but something just seems a little off. Maybe the mouth plate is a little too small. Just something is just a little weird. But overall still looks good. You got the nice chrome right here. You got the Autobot faction logo on the shoulder. You get the little yellow detailing here. The hands and the simple crotch plate right here. And the little simple vents here. And just like the rest of the EX Gokin line, this has plugs over these screw holes. The bottom here doesn't have plugs because you don't see them when the figure's standing up, but these, they do cover up, so they actually make a pretty clean figure. Now obviously this guy doesn't transform. That's going to be like a big weird thing for a lot of collectors, which I'll get into towards the end of the review. But we're going to check out the articulation at least. At least it does articulate really well. You got the head right here, so you got pretty fair amount of movement. You got the shoulders. Do come out this much and kind of almost gets poked by his stack there. The shoulders move back and forth. We get the bicep swivel this way. We also get the elbow here, which is double jointed. You want to help it along so you don't knock anything together. We got waist articulation. No chest movement like Grimlock, but if we move down here, he does have these flaps like Gundam style, not Gangnam style. That move out of the way, just like on the Gundam figure, so you can bring it out, do some splits. They also rotate this way. You also have knees. Now something just popped off, and I will get into that in just a moment. So the knees, which I was surprised about, don't have ratchets. A lot of die-cast robots have ratchets. What's good about this is it does have extensions. It does have an extension here on the hip, which goes down a very amazing amount, and the knees here pop out so you can give it more articulation. So it goes about this far. Now when you do bring the leg up, I had to do it off camera for a second so I can make sure that these parts aren't scraping on the side, so you do have to be a little bit careful there. And again, just to show you the difference in the waist here, that's how much difference there is. Now if we move down to the feet are nice and articulated. You'll see they do come down a fair amount here. And you also get the movement this way, the normal regular foot movement. Alright, so getting back to the piece that fell, it's easily tabbed on. Again, the Grimlock had pieces that popped off. This toy is not meant to be a toy. I shouldn't even call it a toy. It's actually a collector piece, you know, for those type of people that enjoy having Transformers on display, not necessarily to play with. Now we're going to check out some accessories. I noticed the first thing I noticed is the hands, which reminded me a lot of Grimlock's hands. That's because they're the same exact mold, just a different color. So I guess they do that to save on you know, tooling. But yeah, metallic blue hands. You get a pair of each. You get a pair of the open hand. You get a pair of the opened you know, weapon holding fists, and you get the little pointing finger. Aside from that, you get a nice G1 styled gun. I do like the sculpting of this. It's done in a metallic dark gunmetal. And you also get the Energon axe right here, which I love the way they do the shading with the airbrush right here. And of course the little teeny tiny matrix here, which is not die cast. It's a little piece of plastic, doesn't weigh anything, and I'm sure somebody's going to lose this, but hopefully I don't. Alright, so we'll start off with the matrix just so we can get it out of the way, put it in his chest. So to use the matrix, very easy. You just open the front chest doors here, and in this part you flip up, except watch this, it's just going to pop right off. It doesn't seem to have much of a C shape, if you know what I mean, the little C shape that goes around the thing. It doesn't really grab too much. It holds well in a down position, but the second I put it up, it falls. So let's just imagine it's there. And then you just pop the little matrix in there, which is just friction fit right in there, and then obviously this little flap would just come right back down. You'll see it stays there very nice, but the second you flip it up, yeah. So close that right back up. And we're going to change the hands out here so we can use the blaster here. Just pops right in. That pops right in. So that looks really cool. And then we're going to put the Energon axe right in here. It's got a little ball plug, a little ball joint, whatever, and pop it in. So you get a nice looking Optimus Prime with weapons. Alright, so here he is with G1 Optimus Prime. I also wanted to show you what he looks like with the masterpiece, or how he scales with the masterpiece here. So we'll you know, get that to go up a little bit right there. And here he is with the rest of the currently released EX Gokin Transformers line. I don't know where they're going with this. I don't know if they're going to make more Megatrons or whatever. Hopefully they do a little bit more because I am kind of digging this line. But they are very expensive. You're looking at over $100 for each figure. I think around $150. So you have to be a die-hard Transformers fan or a fan of die-cast robots and Transformers like I am. And you also have to put aside the fact that these do not transform. But again, like I said with Grimlock, if this ticks your boxes, you can go ahead and click on the link in the description so you can get one of these yourself and proudly display it along with your other figures. If you have any other questions or comments, you know where to leave them right down there. And until next time, goodbye.